Oletteko te vielä hereillä siellä? Keneltä tekis mieli kuunnella heavy rockia? Olis vielä sellainen tähän väliin biisi Episode-nimiseltä levyltä. Ja tämän biisin nimi on Eternity! Siellä takarivissä viimeisetkin tanssit on taivutta, nyt näyttää nimittäin sen verran hyvältä. Hei!
how did you, after all, end up playing with Stratovarius?
That's also a long story. It basically goes like this. Timo Tolkki, who sort of started the band, he put an ad out in the Finnish newspaper saying, we need a keyboard player that plays like Jens Johansson, you know, like. And I guess they didn't find one. And the one thing what they did was to try to get me, myself then, I guess. And they called this Japanese guy who somehow had my record company's fax number, and then Tolkki sent the fax to this number, and they then sent the fax to me, like maybe I was interested, you know, maybe not. But, and I saw the fax, like, oh, I am Timo Tolkki, you know, I play in this fucking band called Stratovarius, you know, we need a keyboard player. And I was like, who the fuck are these guys? You know, but I faxed him back actually, and I said, why don't you send a CD? Just for the hell of it, you know, like, sometimes we get quite funny things actually, you know, like some really, really bad things. And it turned out that the songs were great. I mean, I thought they were like really good songs. So I decided then I would do it. But the only weird thing is that he actually offered me a shitload of money to do this. And I talked him down. I told him, you shouldn't pay this much, you should only pay like a fair amount, you know, like he had some ridiculous idea about how much money he should pay to get me to do it. And I said, you don't have to pay that much, you know, just, it's fun, you know, I come to Helsinki, I mean, I like the snow anyway. And I thought it sounded like a fun thing to do, to go to Helsinki in December. I think it was like 95 or something like this.
What did you do before Strato?
Well, I would say in the early 90s I did a bunch of jazz stuff, like fusion stuff. I played with a guy called Jonas Hellborg a lot. I did like maybe 5 or 6 records with him. But this was like really strange fusion music, or like jazz stuff. I played on many of the things that he did. I played with a guy called Ginger Baker, you know, like it was like small time stuff. But still quite interesting, you know. I was very sick of metal at that time, because I think most of the 80s I spent in this band. It's a Swedish guitar player called Yngwie Malmsteen. He's like one of the speed dudes, you know. So I played with him throughout most of the 80s, and then I played with a guy called Ronnie Dio. I spent a year in his band, and after that I was like sort of sick of this, all these notes, you know, like all this nice. So we did a lot of strange noise records even, and like weird stuff.